Here's a quote from Julian of Norwich. She says, "The greatest honor that we can give to Almighty God is to live gladly because of the knowledge of God's love." To live gladly. It's a lot easier said than done some days. We have all really struggled in one way or another through this pandemic, through the damage of the derecho, and through all of the struggles in our own individual families, schooling, employment. Our church continues to recover and repair from the damages that have happened here as well. And we've all had losses in various shapes and forms through it all. We've really had to be intentional about the care for our mental health, our physical health through face masks and vaccines, through our spiritual health as well. I've really found out personally just how important it is to take the time to seek to be well, not perfect, but to be well. And so to find this deep gladness that Julian reminds us of because of the knowledge of God's love, that does much to being well. It's the central core of our being. And so over the next few weeks, we're going to be stepping together into something called Pathways to Generosity. And it's a process that we're going to work through together. It's a spiritual journey, if you will. It's grounded in gratitude. And it's going to be revealed through our prayer, and we seek to be living it out by faith, being grounded in gratitude of God's love. So each of us are going to be invited to really consider where we are on a giving path and pray about how God might be leading us. So the focus is really going to be a spiritual one. It's not about the church's need to fill and fund a budget, although we do make decisions in part by the financial resources that we have or that we will receive. And yet I truly believe that those things have a way of working themselves out. But what we are focusing on is our spiritual growth and the response to God's blessings in our lives. How God might be leading us to grow in generosity, seeing generosity as one of those practices in our own discipleship pathway here at St. Paul's, and perhaps how we lift this up in our own lives. So, beginning the weekend of September 18th, you'll be receiving in your inbox and your email a daily devotional. It's free, and we sure hope that you will take advantage of taking the time to read and be blessed by the devotional. It's called The Generous Life. And if you do not receive email, we'll find a way, if you'll let us know, to provide a hard copy for you each week. And our prayer throughout these weeks will sound something like this: God, where do you want me to be in my giving? Maybe it's a first-time giver. Maybe it's an intentional giver, giving an intentional percentage of our income to the ministries of God. Maybe it is a growing giver, increasing the percentage of our income to God. Maybe it's a tither, someone that is giving 10% of income to church ministries and perhaps other humanitarian organizations. And perhaps it's an extravagant giver that is giving beyond the tithe. Wherever it is, we're going to walk through this pathway together with God right up to October 17th. This will be our Pathway to Generosity Sunday, in which we will make estimate of pledges cards available in the worship service. It will be an act of worship, because truly giving is an act of worship, and we will complete those there as part of online or in-person worship on October 17th. You know, Julian of Norwich, a little bit of my inspiration on some of these days, also said that the fullness of joy is to behold God in everything. In everything, the fullness of joy. So I hope that you will be opening yourself up to this pathway of generosity with us. We'll walk it together. God bless you.